welcome to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. We enter a week where football is going to return. At the end of this week, the Bundesliga will be back and potentially La Liga may not be all that far around the corner. In today's video, we're talking once again about Barcelona in their training sessions as they're gearing up now for that potential return in the middle of June. There's also the latest on Ousmane Dembéle's situation with him now back in Barcelona. And of course, we're going to be talking transfers with Miralem Pjanić. And also, we are going to be talking about Marc Cucurella and his potential return to Barcelona. There's a big debate right now going on with regard to Cucurella, and I need your thoughts on that. So let's get to it now. Let's get in to the news. Because we start here with that Barcelona training session, because following the players' day off on Sunday, they had a complete rest from all of that training stuff, back with their families, of course, at home. They were back in training this morning once again, and the club describing this week's workouts to come as getting used to being back out on the pitch again and being able to kick a ball around properly, which is something there that I would hope the players have remembered how to do. But overall, they are doing fine. Everything is going on schedule right now. They're going to be in once again for training tomorrow as well on Tuesday morning as that process now continues. And this week now, they will be starting totally towards the end to just step it up a little bit. Obviously, the restrictions are still going to be ongoing. Of course, we're still going to have that social distancing. But as time goes on, you will see certainly evolution of those sessions as Spain go through the 4 different phases. We also got to talk about Ousmane Dembéle, who, like I say, arrived back in Barcelona as was planned this morning. He flew in there from France. Dembele, upon his arrival there, was tested for the virus at his home this morning. He wasn't tested there at the training ground, basically just because all the other players were also there training at the training ground this morning, so they didn't really want any complications there of Dembele going in, getting tested, whether or not he'd probably say hello to a few people, you don't know. So they wanted to avoid anything like that. Dembele there was tested from his home, and now he's awaiting the results of that test. Now, provided it does come back negative, of course we hope that is the case, he'll then be able to continue his recovery from his current injury at the training ground immediately there as soon as those results come back, providing it is negative. And it's also interesting because this morning Cadena Ser came out with a report that Dembele right now is working with the determination, with the ambition of returning for the Champions League, which is said to be played right now. It's very much expected that the month of August, that's going to be the Champions League month where everything is going to be resolved. And that, of course, is the month where Ousmane Dembele is set to return. Watch this space. But if we do now move on to the Catalan sports media this morning and looking here at the front cover, starting with none other than Miralem Pjanić, which is a story right now that refuses to go away in the media. Pjanić here appearing on the front cover of both Sport and MD this morning. With Sport, they're opting for the headline of Pjanic debate. They're basically suggesting there in their article there's a clear divide right now among Barcelona fans about whether Pjanic would indeed be a good acquisition this summer, whereas MD go for something a little bit different. They got Pjanic there alongside Lautaro Martinez with the headline on track with regard to both players, implying that both of those potential signings are going according to plan right now. However, what I want to say here regarding Pjanic, because right now it seems that we're hearing so much about Miralem Pjanić potentially signing for Barcelona, I still wouldn't get too indulged in these rumours, because this to me is basically how the situation right now is going between Barcelona and Juventus with regard to Pjanic and other players as well. What we know is Pjanic wants to join Barcelona, as many players, many players do. A lot of players want to come here, of course they do. Apparently it's his dream, of course he wants to come. Barcelona also would be happy, the current board would be happy there to bring in Pjanic this summer. However, we've also heard in the local media, both in Spain and also in Italy, that other players too are being mentioned. It's not just here about Pjanic. We've also heard their rumours linking Barcelona to the fullback, De Sciglio, who's certainly out of favour at Juventus and nowhere near the level of player that we want at Barcelona. And also Adrien Rabiot has also there been linked to the club. And it basically seems here to me as though Juventus and Barcelona right now, they're in constant discussion here about actually trying to shift the dead wood in their squad, because Juve don't want De Sciglio, they don't want Adrien Rabiot. They're trying here to force out some of their dead wood, and Barcelona are saying, oh, hang on a minute, we've got a few players too. Do you want Rakitic? Do you want Vidal? Do you want some of these players they're trying to get rid of? And it just seems as though they're trying to find some sort of deal to exchange players they don't want, to try and find some sort of solution for both the clubs. Of course, Juve wanted Arthur at the very beginning, and Barcelona seemed a little bit open to that, but that door is completely closed. It's only going to be with players that we no longer need, and it's the same with Juventus, and that's why right now I wouldn't get too involved with it. Pjanic wants to come, Barcelona would accept him, but a deal right now between the two clubs, it's still not close. But if we do end here with that debate indeed surrounding Marc Cucurella, and this is something, like I say, that I really do want your opinion on, because there's certainly contrasting views right now inside and outside of the Barcelona fan base. Because we have spoken in the past about the fact that Getafe will indeed exercise this $6 million purchase option for Marc Cucurella after their loan spell this season, which quite frankly is an absolute bargain there for the 21-year-old who's enjoyed yet another excellent season in Spain, and he's also, of course, this season branched out into Europe, impressing in the Europa League. But according to both Cat Radio and also Marca, Barcelona now are weighing up the potential of activating their own buyback option in order to bring Cucurella back to the club. Reports suggest there that buyback figure is around 15 million euros to get Cucurella back to the club, and if Barcelona activate that, that'll mean then that following Cucurella's last two transfers, Barcelona will have brought him back on both occasions. From Eibar, they activated the option there, they got him back in, they then loaned him back out, and now we will get him back again, according to reports. And that, for me, it's ludicrous. It's absolutely crazy. Not regarding the potential, I'm going to talk in a minute about Cucurella as a player, but in terms of the way that we go about our business. What are we doing? Why do we keep making these sort of mistakes? Number one, once we brought him back from Eibar last summer, why would you immediately loan him out there with such a low buy option? That seemed, at the time, like a ridiculous deal, and it looks even more ridiculous now. And it just seems as though we're wasting money. We've loaned him out there with a ridiculous buy option. Getafe, of course, are going to activate it, and then we're going to have to spend even more of our own money to get him back again. And it just seems very, very strange that in the current climate, when money right now, it is tight at Barcelona, they're trying desperately to raise as much cash as they possibly can. You think about Todibo being linked with an exit for just 25 million euros because the board are that desperate to get some money in. All the while, they're on the verge here of wasting more money because of their own poor decisions. But I want to talk here about Cucurella as a player, because like I say, he is 21 years old, he's very, very talented, clearly he is. He had a brilliant season there at Getafe, following on there from the good campaign he had as well with Eibar, and I'm not saying by any means that Cucu shouldn't come back. I really do like him as a player, but what I'm saying is, the way that we're going about this, it is very, very wrong indeed. But there's also the debate about where exactly Cucurella would play. Are the club bringing him back here as a replacement for Junior Firpo? Could he leave after just one season at Barcelona this summer? Or are we bringing him back? I wouldn't even rule out the club bringing him back here to actually sell him on again for a bigger profit. Because if you're looking right now at the current Barcelona team, would Cucurella fit into the current system at Barcelona? Because what you've got to bear in mind, that in his time at Getafe, he's been brilliant, but he's been brilliant in a left midfielder position. He's made 30 of his 34 appearances in all competitions this season as a left midfielder. That's 88% there of his games that he's been a left midfielder and not a left back. Now, admittedly, at Getafe, that left midfielder role is quite a defensive one. They are a team there that will soak up the pressure. They will sit deep in the field. They're very much a counter-attack inside, low block kind of team. So he certainly has been doing some defensive work. But where exactly would he play at Barcelona? Would he be able there to convert himself into a left back in a back four? That might be, for me, very, very difficult defensively. He might find himself a little bit isolated, almost like what we've seen from Junior Firpo this season, who was used at Betis as a left wing back, and now at left back, it's a very different role. Would he there be used maybe in a back five system? Could we use him as a wing back if Setien is willing to play that style of play? Or would he be brought back in there as a little bit of depth there on the left-hand side in the wider areas? And that's the debate right now. Where exactly would Cucurella play if we did bring him back? Clearly there, the money would have to be spent to get him back. It's a deal the board should never have done to let him go out on that low option there to Getafe. But if we do get him back, that's the debate. Does he fit in? Do we have a plan for him? Can he succeed at Barcelona in the role that we need in that left-back area? Let me know all of those thoughts in the comments down below. I really want to get your opinion on exactly how this deal could work. I will see you soon, guys. Thank you indeed for watching today. All of the Barcelona news. There's plenty more coming up. I've got good videos planned for you. I can't wait to show you. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.